Hello, it's me RJ, and today is a good day. I woke up this morning, awake, charged, and ready to attack the world. The last week has been full of ups and downs, and it's been pretty hard. But I have been able to overcome it, and now I'm ready to continue to move forward. Thank you for joining me in my journey in mental health. Today is day 53, graded exposure. Good morning, and thanks again for joining me. I want to start today off with saying that the things that I say today are not medical advice. It does say in the course that I'm taking that it is important to have people with you familiar with this and therapists through this structure, because it can be very dangerous to use some of these tactics to look into your mental health without building the skills to cope with them. So with this, I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going on with my course today. Please do not try these things at home, as I do have therapists and things working with me to ensure that I'm going to be okay through my journey. With that, as I said, for those of you guys that have joining, the last couple weeks have been really hard. I was really depressed. I've had a lot of ups and downs. Lots of little panic attacks and things. And ultimately for the week, it was really hard. It was a lot of work. I had to start my whole journey over, and ultimately it's been a grind, but it's moving forward, and it's moving forward in a much stronger pace than it was last time. However, ultimately, one thing I did make a decision last week is I do need to start bringing normal life into my journey. So one of the things that we do at home is it's very easy to, or much easier to cope with our depression in a lot of ways, or our anxiety or our panic attacks, because at home we have the ability to use whatever mechanism is necessary, right? So for me, a lot of my coping mechanisms are bad habits. I will sit outside and chain smoke and watch YouTube, or I will just go and sleep it off and have a half an hour to hour nap and then wake up and recharge. And ultimately at the start, these can be very helpful, because sometimes you get, at least I would get so panicked that I can't move forward. So I would need to recharge. However, it isn't functioning that in the real world that every time you get panicked, you need to have a nap. So with that, that's where the skills come in. And one of the skills I'm working on now is called graded exposure. And it's basically about not using your coping mechanisms and forcing yourself to use the skills that you've learned to get through that. So I've had a couple forced situations in the last week. Once I was shopping with my wife out at a store for no really apparent reason. I started getting very panicky. It got worse, and I didn't stop the day at all. I went right back into all of the little steps and things I've learned along the way, and I talked myself through it, and I was better. And yesterday, as I was driving out to the lake on my own, as I was driving, I began to get that again, and that is a very fearful thing for me. And ultimately, again, I was actually, with the help of some music and things, was able to talk myself through it and get my brain back on a track that wasn't setting off my panic. So with two random occasions that were very successful, I think I'm at the point now where I'm going to start functionally not coping with bad habits. With that, guys, thank you so much for joining me again in day 53, graded exposure. If you've enjoyed this video, if you think it'll give somebody the courage to begin their conversation, or if you have a question, like it, share it, ding the bell, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me at HelloIt'sMeRJ_ on Facebook, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. And always remember, the first step to mental health is talking about it, even if it's with yourself. My name is RJ, and you guys have an awesome day.